お久しぶりでございます。
Long time no see.
Yeah, likewise.
今日はちょっとせっかく日本にいらっしゃっていただけたということで、いろんなことをね聞かせていただければと思います。で、ビンスさんと今日ここではねお呼びさせていただこうと思うんですけれども、ヴィンセント・ルークさんの、まず簡単なね自己紹介を改めてお願いできればと思うんですけども、お願いできますでしょうか。
Hello, Nomura-san. Thank you for having us. It's been 3 years since we last been to Japan, so it's too long. Yes, too long. And we wanted to say to your readers to say thank you for having us in Japan. We always like coming to Japan. The people, the environment, the sites and the food, everything is A1 for us, so we always enjoy coming here. And now that the coronavirus is kind of calming down, then we plan to make more trips to Japan. So I'm the first guy to come out, but there will be more guys coming to the audio shows, interviews, etc.
Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Vincent, and I am one of the directors at iFi Audio. There are some other directors, so there isn't one head of the company. There are some senior heads that we all work at the strategic level to plan the company's future. So that's us, and a very quick recap of iFi Audio. Very quick recap. A review, explanation, background. Is iFi Audio was started in 2012, and last year, 2022, was the 10-year anniversary of iFi. So the time has flown by really, really fast. We launched with 4 products, and last year we had around 40 products. So in 10 years, 10 times. And 40 sounds like a lot of products, but it's not just products like DAC or amplifier. We have a lot of digital technology, analog, and also accessories. So that's why we have so many products. And the reason why we have so many is because before 2012, iFi Audio, the parent company is called AMR, and that's a very high-end CD, amplifier, phono stage, speaker manufacturer that started in 2006. And a little exclusive for this trip in Japan is that, so the Japan readers know about it first, is that AMR will have the first product in a long time at the Munich show in May this year. So for iFi, even though we make a lot of products in the $100 to $1,000 level, the unusual difference is that we have those different sectors of products: the digital, the analog, the accessory, the power. But behind it is the AMR high-end DNA for the for the research. So it's just a very quick review of where iFi is now and where it's come from. And one of the key things we wanted to say is thank you to the customers in Japan, because they have the same passion for the detail and the technical knowledge and the sound that we do from the AMR to the iFi, and it's been a major part of our success getting the really, really good reputation in Japan.
今回はいらっしゃったのは iFi のプロモーションも当然あるでしょうけれども、AMR を今後日本でも展開するぞっていうののプロモーションを。
In the whole world, the Japan customer is the highest level, highest standard, and for us it's really important to try to look at what's happening in the market in Japan, so it's a very good indication of the future trend for the rest of the world. So for us, we wanted to come to Japan, go to the stores, earphone, Fujiya, Yodobashi, and have a look at what the customer is demanding, because you can see what the store is doing in the display and the sales.
どうですか、そのいろいろ見て回ったと思うんです。
Compared to 3 years ago, when I came 3 years ago, it was a lot of IEMs. And then now, this time, a lot less IEMs, more headphones, some more desktop audio. Yeah, work from home. In the whole world, we have work from home, and some gaming.
それはあれですか、その他の国に行ってもそういう傾向があったりとかしたんですか？
The work from home is very common in the whole world because of the coronavirus. So that's number one. So that's common. The other thing I would say is TWS in Japan is growing quite popular. In UK, Europe, and USA, the TWS is not really very popular. It should be, but it's more popular for sports. So when people go to the gym, they use a TWS. But when they are listening to audio on the underground, they still use their headphones.
iFi の今後にかかる部分でもあると思うんですけども、そういうその例えば日本がそのワイヤレスのブームがあったりとか、その中でその iFi 製品っていうのはどういうふうな未来を築いていこうかってなんか見えてきましたか
？Yeah, definitely yes. The main word is convenience. If it's more convenient, it's going to grow more popular. So around the world, it's always the same for the customers. So, for example, we had vinyl, and then more convenient was CD, and then now more convenient is streaming. So it's just easy for the customer. They go that way. And then, like for example with TWS, it's more convenient because you don't need the DAC in the middle. Then you have the phone straight to the TWS. Done. So that is a trend that we are aware of, and that's why one of the new products we can talk about in a bit is the GoPod, which is not to make a IEM that's TWS, but to do something slightly different but stay on the trend.
GoPod という製品です。
いや聞いてくれる？
いわゆるそのレコードから CD プレイヤーに行ってこう便利になっていくのと同時に、ワイヤードのイヤホンからワイヤレスTWS に移るという自然な流れで、こういったそのやっぱり TWS という製品も手をこうなんですかね、製品として出していくっていう。
What made the earphone parts?
Correct. Yeah. So you have different adapter.
Yeah.
You have different adapter, and then whatever the custom IEM the customer has, they change it just to use the same custom IEM that's very expensive, and then but they just get rid of the cable, but it's Bluetooth. But as usual, we have the codec, which is the LDAC or the AAC aptX, whatever, but we also have the implementation to the same standard. So we don't do the codec with the SoC, but we have the codec with the high level of detail of the breakdown of the Bluetooth.
あれですか、aptX Adaptive は9624なのかな
？Yes, yeah. The specifications is on the back. Yeah, all on the back. Yeah. So thank you. But it's not only just the specification, which we have the specification for the codec. That's okay, but we don't do the SoC, so we have the separate DAC, separate amplifier, and we also clean up the jitter. So the Bluetooth is not the same, it's much better. Clean the jitter, separate DAC, and its own amplifier section.
受け取るのはクアルコムのチップ、クアルコムチップ、using the receipt、受け取ってジッターを落とす、ジッターをきれいにして、DA 変換してアンプで増幅するっていう、それを別の。
So it's very close to the wire, not a big difference to the wire, it's very close to the wire.
でもそういうその音に対するこだわりを当たり前にやるっていうのが iFi オーディオの僕の中でのイメージなんですけども、 ぱり例えばワイヤレスやってもそういうのは、Bluetooth やってもそういうのはやっぱり根本的にこだわってやるっていうのはやっぱブランドの姿勢なんでしょうかね。
So yeah, for us, we always aim for the best possible sound quality in the design.
And いいサウンドをで作るというのを狙っている。
Yeah, and for us, the specification or the measurements doesn't really matter. Yeah, and there's like for example the core heart of the iFi DACs. A lot of them is the Burr Brown chip, and the Burr Brown is not a modern, popular, trendy chip, but we still stick by it because we think it has the best sound in the Burr Brown model. In the case of the GoPod, we use a Cirrus Logic. Because it's different, it's for portable. That one's for very, very small portable.
逆にその未来の話をここではせっかく来てるんでいろいろ聞きたいと思うんですけど、まずこれはもうあれなんですか、言っちゃって、日本でも近日に発売を、
再来月ぐらい、
再来月
2ヶ月後ぐらいですね。
で発売予定。なんかその堅くなに1点だけトランスデューサーは作んないなと思った iFi はそれはなんかそれは専門家に任せたいとかそういうのはあるんですかね。いわゆるイヤホン本体ってのは作んないじゃないですか。
For a lot of the products, when we look at the market, if we see somebody doing a better job than us, we don't get into that market.
そこもこだわりなんでしょうね。確かにね。じゃあその将来のものを考えるとトランスデューサー作らないとしても例えば今なんかですと空間オーディオとかサラウンドとか、そういう部分っていうのがいわゆるカジュアルなオーディオカジュアルに楽しみたい人たちにとっては注目のポイントだったりとかするんですけども、そういうのってどうお考えなんですか。
We are also researching it because the Apple side, the Apple angle, yeah.
Apple and Sony.
Yeah, so we are working to looking into it. It's good to look into the immersive, but we need to see if we can a way for us to make it better. So if we can, so for example, if we can use analog signal processing (ASP),
DSP.
then we would try. But we don't have an answer right now. It's still very new, and we are looking at it. Only just the research at the moment. Just research, yeah. Just to see what it's all about.
その将来的にはそういうのを取り込んだ製品っていうのはあり得るっていう形です。
We are definitely trying to include it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and another one that we can explain today, which is the first time in Japan, is that there is a company called XMEMS, XMEMS, and they make the piezoelectric driver, and we are the only company they approached to design a portable amplifier to work with their driver, because we had to listen to it and thought, whoa, this is really nice, and we think that it will be has the potential to become a major driver solution for IEMs in the next few years, like you just explained about the immersive audio. So we want to work with them.
XMEMS ご存知ですか。
はい。
それとそれ用のアンプというのを共同開発していて、その技術の一つとしてイマーシブオーディオとかにも今後対応する。You mean supported immersive audio with this portable amp or something?
It's not including, but it can be included, but it's not part of it. It could be separate. But it's an example of where we are trying to look at the next trend. So the immersive audio is one possible next trend, very strong one. And then also the piezoelectric driver for IEMs is also another major next trend that we are working on. So these are things that we see around the world, including in Japan, and we think, there's a good chance this will be the major next one. So we need to be, always ahead of the competition and be right on the edge of the technology.
僕がiFi とかインさんに期待したいのはあれかなと思う。今イマーシブオーディオとかやってるのはいわゆる IT 系の企業、いわゆるオーディオメーカーではなくてノットオーディオメーカー、でいわゆる ソフトウェアメーカーがやってるので、技術的にはインテリジェントでも、オーディオのノウハウがあるところではないので、結局その、下請けのメーカーにちょっと頼ってたりとかするので、そのオーディオメーカーがきちっとしたらとんでもないものができそうだなと思って期待してる。
Yeah, we are, at the moment we are looking into all the different options, possibilities for the immersive audio, because for example, if Apple is pushing the spatial audio, it's a similar thing, then you need to be aware of the future trends. Yeah. So we do agree that it is something that is worth putting in R&D resources, time. You know.
そうですね。だからちょっとそれをね期待したいな。逆にオーディジーがゲーミングのヘッドホン使ったらすごく面白いいい感じの音になってたりとかして、それは iFi でも期待できるところかなと思って。
No, I mean we listen to it and go, oh, it's very interesting. So we need to put time and effort into it.
さっき AMR のお話、ちょっと話がありますね。チェンジズで AMR のお話で言ったんですけど、AMR 復活今年はさせるぞっていうので、日本での展開も考えられてるんですかね。
Well, the AMR, the first product launched at Munich, will be the preamplifier. So that will be the first product. So that one, and that will be a tube based. So you'll have the GE5670 tube in it. Yeah. So I think that in the Japan market, the customers appreciate analog sound, and for iFi, we really pursue the analog sound. Not really, even though it's a digital product like a DAC, we still strive for the analog sound. Yeah, because in Japan the customers appreciate the analog sound, not the digital sound. So we think that the AMR products is quite well suited to the Japanese market. I mean, obviously the market is not huge because you have to have a big home system, but still the customers will understand why we have certain circuit design and certain component choices, like the GE. And then the DAC, which is the second product coming out.
その DAC をその次の製品としてする。
For AMR, that is probably the most famous, CD player, CD77, CD777, and then the DAC we think will be the most popular. So we use the Philips multibit, and we will still use the Philips multibit in the AMR DAC, so it will be quite special.
フィリップスのチップ、
TDA1541,
チップを使っている。
the famous king. Yeah, the famous king of multibit. Yeah, the famous king. Yeah. So we bought in the past 10 to 15 years, we bought all the stock of the 1541A in the world. We looked everywhere, eBay, the sellers, and so we bought the stock, and we wanted to save it for a special time, and we think now the AMR DAC is that special time.
1541じゃ今ギリギリ偽物じゃないですか。
なんかその話ちょろっと聞いたんですけど、なんか怪しいらしいですよ、今あるの。
今ね eBay とかで売ってるのはあれもうパチモンが出て
ですよね。
で去年ぐらいまで、一昨年ぐらいまではあれで僕もだからそのチップで買ってるんですよ。
Yeah, there's some fake. Yeah.
だからそれを抑えてて、それを積んだプレイヤーっていうダックっていうのは CD 用のダックっていうのは結構日本でも注目をあるんじゃないかなと思います。今年出る新製品、言えるものはぜひアピールというか、こんなの出したいな、こんなの出る予定ですって言える範囲でいいので、ぜひ言ってください。
You mean the iFi or the AMR?
iFi.
iFi. The GoPod is the next one in 1 to 2 months. Then after that is the LAN I silencer, which is this one. So it's another sound improvement product. Because we have the knowledge, we want to improve the LAN, because USB is kind of this, and LAN is like this going up, then we come up with in the past we have the USB purifier, now we have the LAN purifier. So it has the technology to do the ANC galvanic isolation. So just any streamer doesn't have to be iFi can get a sound improvement from just using this little guy.
Active noise cancellation とか、galvanic isolation.
So for us, when we have the technology, we can make this kind of product, not just another DAC or another streamer. We can do that well, and other people can do it well. But we have always little blue ocean products that is good for improving the sound or fixing a problem.
今後はそのネットワーク系に iFi としても力を比較的入れていくっていう感じですかね。
Yeah, I mean, this year, in terms of LAN network stuff, the new products, there will be a lot of it from this area, not really from the USB area. Yeah, so more this. So we have that, we have this one, and then we have there is also a new area called iFi Studio.
iFi Studio?
Yeah, iFi Studio. So that is also a bit of an exclusive for the Japan customers to know first. So there will be the first one will be the Zencan Studio. Yeah. So it's basically the Zencan but modified for use in the studio. Yeah, because we have some distributors asking, is there any way we can make this product suit this segment? And we looked at it and thought, yeah, we could make some changes and it will work in this market. And also, we don't think that at the price level of the $250 level roughly, there is, it's quite blue ocean, because you can go crazy expensive over $1,000, but in that lower price, there's not really much product that is really nice sound like the Zencan Studio. Where the trend is, we go with the trend, but we don't do the exact same product. So the TWS, we do the GoPod, slightly different, and then the Pro Audio, we do slightly different with the Zencan Studio. But also the Zencan Studio in the Pro Audio sector is not competing exactly the same with other headphone amplifiers. Gives you a little bit of an idea of our philosophy to, give really good performance, or solve a problem, but the customer knows that this is quite unusual, at this level, at this price level. We haven't thought of that idea, but we can look into it. Yeah.
アイデアとして。
It's the Sony
CD
900ST.
900ST.
Okay, that is very popular in Japan.
Yes.
他はやってますけど、日本なんかだとその特殊なんですよね。で、ここからちょっと砕けた話をさせてもらおうかなと思うんですけれども、今40製品以上あって、これから新しいのも出てくるんで、ビンスさんが個人的に好きな製品ってあります？どれですか？これ絶対ね、言いづらいことだと思う。
Number one is for the flight over from Manchester to Hong Kong to Tokyo. I brought the GoPods to listen on the plane to test. So that's already number one. I think that when I go traveling, I will use the GoPod more than the normal DAC, the Go Bar or something. So that's one product that's very popular right now for me to use. Number two is at home, I tend to use the Diablo. The Diablo. The Pro is very nice, but there's a lot. But sometimes I just want to turn it on and listen. But have a very nice sound. So the Diablo is a very popular one. And then I think the other one is the Go Bar. The Go Bar with a MacBook when you are traveling, but you want a bit of extra nice sound with headphones. It delivers a much nicer sound than the little chassis that you expect from the little chassis. Everybody can have a big chassis and get good sound, but when it's so small, it's very nice.
Uno をあれってスマホで 動くんですよね。だからそういう使い方も日本では面白いって言われてたりとかするんですよ。
At home or outside?
No, outside.
Oh, okay. Well, it's different because the Uno was originally designed. The Uno and GoLink is a similar product, $60, $70, but one is very portable and one is more home. So the Uno is more home and the GoLink is more portable with the iPhone. But the Uno can also go with the plan, the concept was it goes with a MacBook because you see so many people in the coffee shop, Starbucks, with the MacBook and the headphones, but they spend the money on the Sony or the Audio Technica or Sennheiser, but they plug it into the MacBook. And every time I'm in a Starbucks, I see that. I want to talk to them and say, please get a DAC. Don't have to be an iFi DAC, but get a DAC. Because they spend that money, but they only get a small percent improvement, maybe 20%. But if they have a DAC in the middle, they get 70, 80% performance out of the headphone, and that's much, much more. So for us, the Uno was that kind of a product to get the younger people, on board with good audio without spending really crazy money, very, very affordable. And also we are pushing this into the Latin America market because iFi now is getting known in Latin America, and Latin America, obviously the affordability is not the same, so it's a good market for us, the Air series and the Uno. But it's a shame the customers don't really know this in the normal world. They just plug their Sony or the Sennheiser into the MacBook and listen.
Indirectly.
Yeah, directly in, but no box in the middle.
ちょっと大きくても安い製品しかやっぱり若い子たちは買えなかったりとかするので、UNO みたいなね。でその UNO を Mac とかつないでスマホとかつないで、あれで結構ちゃんとした音が出るじゃないですか。そういうのは iFi のその日本での人気の部分でも魅力でもあるので、それはぜひその5バーがあってでも UNO もあるみたいなのはぜひ続けてほしいなと思います。
Well, I mean, the younger people is the next generation, and we have to get them into the quality of the audio on their terms, which is very affordable. Because they have other things to spend the money on. But if you have something under $100, it's easy to go, okay, I will get something. So that's why we push very hard with the GoLink, the Uno, and the Air series. We magazines have a responsibility, manufacturers and distributors to get the younger people into better audio, to enjoy it more. So we all have a responsibility, and we want to do our part.
前衛はもう嬉しかったですし、UNO はもっと嬉しかったですね。だからぜひそのラインはね続けていただけたらと思います。で、あとこの辺なんかもねすごく良かったりとかしますし、あとは実際に使わせてもらってますし、あともう一つヘッドホンのも対応化した聞いたから HD660S2 You listen?
Sennheiser.
Listening? You try? You listen?
Very new.
Very new.
Yeah, very new. I haven't tried. I don't think I've tried it yet. No, we really try not to, because when we look at the other industry, like for example the car industry, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, they have the baby version. The BMW 1, the Audi A series, and the Mercedes A class. They do the same thing, and we should follow what they do to get the younger, because the younger people, they don't go straight for the big BMW or the big Audi. They go for the little one and go up.
Jump up to the...
Start at the bottom but go up.
Yes.
So for us, Uno, Air, start and then a little bit higher. And also the young generation in what you call the developed countries like Japan, Europe, America, but there's also a lot of people in the developing countries like India, Latin America, that don't have the high affordability, but they have, the music bug. They want to listen to good music. So for them, our price is much higher, then we need to be much lower to get them in. I mean, music in Latin America, think about it, bossa nova, you know, Argentinian kind of tango. Music is super popular in Latin America, and the population number is huge. You know, Mexico's 200 million, Brazil 200 million. That's a lot of people, but they don't have the high affordability. They have the low affordability. So we know that they love the music, but we need to make a product that is suitable for them, not suitable for us. So we need to make it as low and as affordable as possible.
その結論じみた話ですけども、その音楽を聴くっていうのだけがオーディオの楽しみ方じゃないって多分なってきてるんですね。だから UNO のそのゲームモードとか、ミュージックモードとかビデオモードとかっていうのはやっぱりその辺にしっかり対応してきてるっていうことだと思うので、ぜひそのなんていうんでしょう、音の出口を良くするっていう意味で、その映像コンテンツだろうと音楽コンテンツだろうとぜひその幅広くトライしてもらえたら。
I mean, same in Japan, same in other areas of the world. People watch Netflix, you know, Disney, Netflix, and then they watch YouTube videos, music videos. So, and obviously, they also listen to music, but it is more music, movies, and gaming, kind of roughly 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Obviously, for us, it's very high percentage audio and lower for movies and gaming by comparison, but for the UNO people like that, and that's why we designed it to have the EQ to suit what they are listening to make it as enjoyable for that mode as possible. The UNO is normal people, regular people. Audiophile is different, but that's why the UNO has the movie, the gaming, and the music. It's 1/3, roughly 1/3, 1/3. So we have the different modes to suit how they use their headphone.
もうなんかUNOが大好きになるのがバレバレな感じですね。
We did a testing with the XMEMS piezo electric driver, and on the UNO, and it was really good sound. I was quite surprised. So
UNO to right output to then you.
So I don't know if we discussed before, but XMEMS we have the driver. Then we tried it on the UNO, which is very small, very low price. But the sound from the piezoelectric was pretty surprisingly good, and I was quite shocked.
じゃあ最後にその iFi この後も頑張ります。日本のオーディオファン、に向けて iFi の今後もよろしくお願いします的なぜひアピールを最後に。
I would like to say that thank you for supporting us over the past 10 years, and also for the past few years we haven't been able to travel over to meet with the customers, the dealers, the distributors, the reviewers, but now the coronavirus is now calming down, we can now travel, and this is one of the first places we come to, so it shows how much we appreciate the Japan market, the Japan customer, and I think not just about iFi Audio, because we are not that kind of a selfish people, but I think the past 3 years where the coronavirus teach everybody to be more philosophical about life, then don't worry about there's enough worry and wars and crazy things in the world, but just try to enjoy the music and enjoy the life a little bit more. iFi or not iFi doesn't matter, but just to spend a little bit more quality time to improve, enjoy the music to improve yourself. What you mean this year we will? This year we will still continue the rapid kind of expansion and searching for unusual segments in the market and capturing unusual blue ocean opportunities and openings in the market where customers want something but there's not really a product or an accessory to solve it or supply it, and for us we will keep doing that this year as well, so even the coronavirus hasn't stopped us doing it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We really enjoy coming to Japan. Really, we really do. Yeah, it's very good learning. Obviously, very good culture, very good food. No complaints. But it's very for us. It's always it stirs the brain to look at things and to analyze things and to think what's different or what's the new trend. And when you go to other countries, you don't really see much of that.